Hello and welcome to Blooming Curious, the podcast dedicated to reimagining early childhood education through the power of curiosity. I'm Edwina, your host, and here to explore the strategies that inspire a lifelong love for learning in children. So if you're homeschooling or you're a curious educator looking for creative, meaningful ways to engage children and move beyond the talk and chalk traditional classroom approach, then this is the place for you.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at your class or your students, your children, and thought, why does it feel so hard to get them interested in learning? They're distracted, their attention fades quickly, and no matter how much effort you put in, it feels like never quite enough. If you've been feeling overwhelmed, flat, or even questioning your why lately, this episode is especially for you. For a long time, we were told that good teaching meant careful lesson planning, having clear objectives, covering the curriculum, keeping everyone on task. And if children were disengaged, the solution is usually better behavior management or more engaging activities or tighter structure or just trying harder. And of course, it's always, well, you need to develop better relationships. But here's what I started noticing, both in my own work over the years and in the conversations I have had with friends and colleagues. The harder we try to control engagement, the more disengaged children seem to become. And that's exhausting. Last year, I surveyed the educators on my email list and I asked what they were struggling with the most. And the responses were incredibly consistent. Educators told me they were struggling to keep children engaged because children were so disengaged. They told me that they were watching curiosity fade in front of them. They were feeling pressured from administration to tick curriculum boxes. And they were overwhelmed by the amount of planning they had to do. And really worried about how to prepare children for an uncertain future. And what struck me most was that these weren't educators who didn't care. They cared deeply. They just felt stuck in a system that isn't working anymore. And this is where my own shift happened. I realized the problem wasn't the teachers. It wasn't even the curriculum. The real issue was this. We've been trying to create engagement without addressing curiosity. And curiosity is the engine of learning. When curiosity is alive, children lean in. They ask questions, they persist, they think more deeply. Engagement naturally becomes byproduct. And I've seen this so many times, even with very young children. When curiosity is absent, no strategy in the world can force engagement to last. And then this was my epiphany. In today's world, especially with AI changing everything, the most important thing we can nurture in children is not content recall. It's their ability to wonder, to think creatively, to problem solve, to adapt, and to stay curious even when learning is challenging. Curiosity is no longer just nice to have. It's foundational for a digital future. And the good news is that it doesn't require throwing out all your plans, losing that structure that you love to cling to, or reinventing everything you do. It just requires a shift in how you design your learning experiences. And so I created Curiosity Without Chaos. It's a short, self-paced professional learning framework designed to help you reawaken curiosity as the driver for engagement. It plugs curiosity into lessons you already teach. It maintains that structure without burning you out and plans learning experiences that are going to feel meaningful. This isn't about doing more, because I know you already don't have more time. It's about thinking differently, especially as you prepare for the year or the semester ahead. If you're already feeling overwhelmed, I want you to hear this. Burnout often isn't a sign that you're doing too much. It's a sign that something meaningful is missing. And for many educators, that missing piece is curiosity. When children are curious, teaching feels lighter. When learning has purpose, your why starts to reappear. And right now, I'm opening a waitlist for Curiosity Without Chaos. If you want a clear framework, practical tools, and a way to plan for engagement without overwhelm, I'd love you to join the waitlist. You'll find a link in the show notes. There's no pressure. This is just an invitation to explore a different way forward. Teaching doesn't have to feel so heavy. Learning doesn't have to feel flat. Curiosity changes everything when we give it space. If you've enjoyed this episode, could you please forward it to a friend or a colleague, and remember to follow the podcast so that you are notified each time a new episode is published. Get the link for Curiosity Without Chaos in the show notes. Thank you so much for listening and for being here today. And until next time, stay blooming curious and take care.